All right, guys. Some of you guys have asked me uh, about my metal detecting. Now, I'm not going to go into the everything. I'm just going to start here with my metal detecting, folks. My wife bought me a metal detector. Now, me and her owned a couple of them out in Arizona, and we done some metal detecting out there. But with the things that's went on with my health and the things that have went on that has kept me from being able to work, my wife is trying to bring things I used to do for a hobby back in to give me something to do now because she knows it drives me crazy. Uh, this video, folks, is going to be about a little bit of my hobby and my family vacation. Okay. I got to give you, on my family vacation, the only thing you get is where my family, you might hear their voices, but you will not see them in my family vacation videos. I'm not allowed to do that. So, but that will be what I end this with. But I want to show you guys a few things, and just because people have asked, uh, I got, like I said, my wife bought me a metal detector last Christmas. So this last spring, I got out and I hit the main park here in Borman Township. Right, it's not even but maybe a mile and a half from my house, and I just started going around there, and I found a lot of coins and stuff, folks. I even found. Let me see if I can get this up here. I found this ring. It's not silver or nothing. It's just a ring. Got some kind of uh, stone in it. Found a lot of coins. Also, in the park, I also found some tokens. Now, I hate to say it, folks, but the best tokens that I found probably five or six tokens. And if you don't know what tokens are, they use tokens for many things, but you can find that out. But my best tokens, all my best coins that I've ever found in my life, folks, my best tokens, everything, all that stuff, I've already given to my granddaughter. They have a bank, some kind of or it's a elephant, I think, bank for her, and we stick all kinds of things in it. And I've stuck my oldest coins. These they're called tokens. I'll see if you can see that one right there. It's I clean them up as best as I can, folks. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them, but they're not worth a lot of money. Some of them are. The ones I gave my granddaughter are worth the most. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus in on this one here. It's another one. There you go. Let me get the other side so you can see that. Try to get it up right there so you can read it. Not shaking. Come on, camera, get it. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. Anyway, those were tokens. Uh, I've also found what I have been told could be either old button caps, two-piece button, or they could, because of the area that I was searching, had a lot to do with it was a horse track that was it was a harness racing track from the 1912. They shut the track down at around 1925. I went into this area looking for you know, things to do with this track, and a lot of these things I have found was around the time of the track. Other things were even older than the track. These are some of the pieces I got sitting here. I've got boxes over here. Uh, I can even. These are some of the oldest horseshoes I have found. What the hell is? Got some kind of fabric on it. These are a couple of the oldest horseshoes, and see the difference in them, folks. But they even go up as big. And now I even got one in the house that my wife took. That's a Clydesdale one, and it's 19 inches. These are some horseshoes I found on the same property. Uh, I've wire brushed them, painted them. I've done that with a couple of different pieces, folks. I don't know why. They just interest the hell out of me. Um, just like this piece. This piece, it looks like it was mounted to something on this side, because when you flip it over, it's not like that. Um, this is another piece, I think, was a tie down. I think this thing had another side coming off of it just like that, and that it was on maybe a wagon or something. The way this is shaped, it shows a boat, like a small. This is a boat tie down. The way this curves downward, it kind of shows like it's a half of a boat tie down. But I don't know. But I cleaned it up and I painted it. Uh, these are some of the spikes that I have found on that property. They are handmade, folks. These are handmade spikes. This one I didn't clean up. It's broken off even. It was broken here. So that shows you how big it is. This one here I kind of cleaned up. But you can tell that's a handmade spike. Here's one of the smaller ones, square nails, that I have found on that same property. Now, this property that I was looking on, that I found a lot of this, and this, I got a thing here I want to really show you. But all this stuff so far I've been showing you, I picked up off of stables that was put in after the track was put in. The stables is a historical site that the parks now own in this area, and it's exactly how it was built when it was built in 1912. So when I went out there looking, I went out there looking for stuff from about 19 1900 to about 1925, looking for stuff around that area because of this. Folks, there was nothing else here other than this racetrack, And the stable, this one stables was definitely there. There was probably others, but it was I believe it was all ran by the mafia. I believe the mafia owned the track because they owned them in New York at the same time. This was the same time that Vegas was being built, but that's what I went out there looking for. Now I also found there was I worked on. Well, let's stick with this property, the stables area that the park owns. I found people. I found these are silverware. They were. You can clearly see they got a lot of copper in them. They weren't the high end where the silver. They were. I had them tested. They are silver plated. Um, I've got a lot of stuff in this box here, folks, that are things I looked up. I can't even remember what they are now, but I'm not going to worry about it. This piece here, it comes from. Let me see if you can see it on there. You guys can, or let's put it. You guys can look this up. This is something that came in a container of coffee that you would measure out in the early 1900s. That you would dip it in, measure out some that would make a cup of coffee right there. This is how I found it. It actually, the handle is snapped off here. So it got broken somewhere. It would actually be a little bit longer. Not a lot longer, but a little bit longer. But you can see, you can find these online, folks, about that coffee maker right there and everything. I found, this stuff that I'm talking about now, I found across the street from the stables, and it was actually an area that was a part of the racetrack. The house, it's a house now, but it was a building with a bunch of large barns and stables on it. It's where the jockeys stayed that were riding the race, or that were driving the harness racing. The ones that were driving that harness racing horse and shit. They stayed at this house. Well, I got permission to dig on his property, and that's where I came up with this. And actually, the buttons that I was talking about earlier. Uh, the stables. I found all kinds of tools and stuff, folks. I'm not going into all that. I found the stakes and stuff, but on where the jockeys were, I found this right here, folks. You know what it is. It's an old pocket watch. Now this pocket watch, I had it. They put it on in a machine. It's not gold or silver. I thought it might have been silver because of the way it looks on the edge. It's nickel. It's made of nickel. Um, this is a piece I found. I don't know what it is. They said it was mostly lead, but as you can see, it is a bird. The beak is missing. You can see it's got feathers on it. I'll turn it around here so you can see the back. But it is clearly some kind of a bird thing. You can even see the eye up here, and then where the beak was broken off. It's some kind of a bird. Uh, Also found this salt shaker, folks. I ain't kidding you. This little cap piece, it even, I found it with it, but it just kind of, you could see, You can see the way the edge is around it. It locks itself down on this cap that's on here. And it was on there when I found it, but you could turn it and it would change how much salt would come out of the top of it. I found this on the same property with the jockeys. This here is probably the best of, let me see. Oh, let me show you this here. This was some kind of a piece. It fits together somehow. I found all three of these pieces, but I believe they go together, whether they're a word or something. And I'll try to get it up here and see if you can see any kind of the twinkling of the little bit of stuff that's left on it. Let me try another piece here. Those pieces that are still left on there that you can see the light reflecting off of is actually silver. They've got a machine here at a jewelry store that they can put this stuff in and tell me what it is. Now I'm going to show you these, and people, I've never heard of this until I found these two. But these are pennies that are thinner. They're called thin pennies. I still don't understand why they did it. But I'm going to try to show you here. I'm going to put, this is an older penny too that's with it. But I want to try to show you the difference in the thicknesses. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can tell the differences in the thickness. Well, right there you can. This is the other one. I've found two of these pennies in the same area, but they are super thin. Let me get it up here. They're super thin compared to the regular penny. Now somebody, and you can go online and find out about these things. Somebody did that on purpose. Now, how I found two of them, and I found them in the same hole. So whatever the reason is for that, they did it on purpose. This is getting long, and I got another part of this video I'm going to add to it. But this piece right here, try to show it. I hope I can get you to see the inside of it, because that's the most important part. If you guys pause this, I'll try to get it in there. You'll see a B. This thing right here came off of a locket from the 1800s, late 1800s. It is a real thick coating. I mean, they told me it's not solid gold, but they said it's such a thick coating of gold being plated over the top of this that it even surprised them. But this is gold, and I have found that. I found that on the jockey property, the same place I found this pocket watch and and the other piece that had silver in it. But I got to get to this one here because I got another chunk of video of my family vacation that I'm going to put on here. But this piece, folks, is let me see if I can hold this up here. I've been cleaning it, trying to find out just what kind of gun it is. But let me see if I can hold it all up here. You can see I found a gun. Now, I found this at the stables. Now, I'm going to have to show you a couple. I'm trying to show you the whole, because it's broken in 3 pieces, because I've been cleaning it. I've been trying to figure out just what kind of gun it is. We know it was a Derringer. The more I clean the rust and stuff off of it, the more it breaks up, folks. The more it breaks up. But you can even see back here where the hammer is. Now this coming off of here, I've got some other pieces in here that were attached to it, and I believe it was a revolver of some kind. Now on this back side, I think when it was dropped or when it fell out, this chunk was up in here. And I think this piece, if you look at it, is what's left of the part that you would open up and pack a, because this, I believe this is a black powder and ball gun, folks. That's what I believe. And like I said, the more I work on it, the more it breaks up. So, but I want to show you before this tip broke off of it, I started getting it cleaned up. You can see the sights up here, and you can see the rest of the body of the gun, the trigger. I don't know where it would have been in there, but it's in there somewhere. But like I said, folks, the more I do with this, the more damage I do to it. So I've kind of stopped working on it. But from what I've shown it to people, they claim it wasn't a gun that was before the Civil War. It wasn't a gun that would have been used in the Civil War. It was a gun that would have been after the Civil War. And they claim it could be probably as early as 1880, but before 1900. So I found a gun in the little bit of time. I only spent about 3 months, 4 months, folks, messing with this shit. And I got a ton of stuff that people did not want me to find. Now I have to ask them for permission if I go back over there to do any more, because I found too much stuff. I found tools. I found all kinds of stuff, folks. It looks like I found some kind of a trail, to be honest with you, with all this stuff. But now I'm going to show you my family vacation and make this about a 30-minute video. So you guys, God loves you. And until the next time, we'll see you then. What's going on, guys? See that town right over there? That's Cleveland. We're fixing to go over there in a little while. Family's going over to see that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. End up putting some music behind or something.
Look at these, Daddy.
Egg fish, check out the greatest beauty ever.
Whoa! Look at that fish. Hi, fishy. Hi.
There's a note broken now.
Never seen nothing like it. I don't know, but he's a third of the size of the tank across there.
Daddy, you want us to say hi?
That's what I was saying. We gotta wait.
He just
Come on here.
screwed around like he owns the place.
Look at that big one over there.
Dang.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the mouth.
What is that? Tiger shark?
No,
Tiger sharks are bigger, aren't they?
I guess just a sand shark.
Can you sit up, baby? Mommy wants to.
You ought to say it where somewhere. Sand shark, something else. Say it where.
Oh, okay. Do you think these are its food? Look at that one. No, these other fish is not scared of them.
They feed them good so they don't eat everything in the tank.
Do you think they have to pull all the other fish out?
I doubt it.
Sit up, baby.
That's it right there. And then there's the tube we could walk up.
Look, get his mouth.
He moved her just as the shark. I was getting a picture.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I think I've lost a shadow.
Look at that one.
Now they can have it all come back over.
What is that? Is that a catfish?
Can go on my shoulder? See better. They're my shoulders. I don't. You should go on my shoulders. You can see better. Ryan, watch out behind you. Behind you.
See Addie left it out.
She's got to be able to see.
Are those catfish?
No, I think those might be some kind of a shark.
The fishies.
Take whatever you say. If you say so now.
So we are getting seafood after this, though, right? Are we going to that seafood place with Donna?
It kind of gives me vertigo.
It kind of does, yeah. Look at that right there.
Oh boy.
Here comes the old man.
You're right over their heads up there.
It's taller than mom. Longer than mom.
Listen to Annie laugh. She laughing at your mom.
She saw the fish bigger than Nana.
Like she knows when you're
Oh,
Fish is bigger than Nana.
she thinks that's funny.
I just want to touch it.